for you to be in. Okay, moving away from people's bodies, as exciting as that is, you joined the industry, you were in a sense an insider. Your father was like the man who invented 1970s cinema. Your mother, very, very famous and talented scriptwriter, had been a child star herself. When you were growing up, you grew up with Salman Khan as one of your friends, people you hung out with. What was it like joining the industry? Did you always know you were going to join the industry?
Like I said earlier, I think I was always attracted to film. But I mean, Salman is someone that both Zoya and me looked up to. He was
apparently this really cool dude when you guys were
I mean, he was a very, very cool guy for us. And he taught me how to skateboard and he taught me how to cycle.
Really?
Yeah. And he was always looking out for Zoya and me, like he did for his younger brothers and sisters. But for a long period of time, when I got into my teens and early 20s, I completely had cut away from most relationships in the film world. The only friend that I really had at that time was Uday Chopra, who's Aditya's younger brother. And apart from him, most of the friends that I hung out with were non-film folk.
Why was that?
I don't know. I mean, it was just the way it was, and the college that I went to, the friends that I made there, and then eventually through them, the people that I met were people who were not in the film world. So a lot of my closest friends, even now, are not people really from the film industry.
Your father, I once interviewed and told me the story of how you went to see him before you were making Dil Chahta Hai. You told him what the film was about, and he said, wonderful, can I help? You said, no, everything's done, the finance is in place, we're just going ahead and making it. He says, that's the first I heard of it. Is that accurate?
More or less.
Yeah?
I didn't want to give him a draft to read, and at that point, while still writing it, and before I was completely sure about what I want the story to be like, for him to, at that point, give me some feedback as to what he thinks it could be. I wanted to finish writing it the way I felt it should be written, to start with. And after that, before I could meet him and give him the script, it just so happened by chance that I met Ritesh, who said, I'm interested in producing the film. So we had this discussion, and he said, I'll make the film. So I said, okay, now since it's all happening, I might as well go meet my dad and quickly tell him what's going on. So I gave him the script to read, and I mean, it was nice that he pretty much liked it the way it was.
The point your father was making, which I suppose is the same as yours, is that yes, you grew up with films, but nobody launched you or did anything. You did it all yourself.
It is crucial, and I genuinely have Amir to thank for that.
Yeah.
I think he was very helpful to me. Because the reason he met me and the reason he told me that he met me was that he told me that you didn't ask your mother or your father to call me. So which is why I think let's have a meeting and let's talk about your film. So which I thought was very, very, honest of him to start with, and I felt that and it took 8 months to meet him, so it wasn't
8 months even for you?
Yeah, for me to meet him. And because I resisted the urge to get them to call him, I think he knew that I'm serious about wanting to make a movie. I'm serious about casting him in that movie, and that it's not just going to be like a whim, that, okay, I'm someone's son and I've got a script and I want to do a film. So I do have him to thank for making me understand that I do love this profession.